No, it's cool, man. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, so Ozane, that's one I need to
Find
find.
the Temple of Ozane. He says he's willing to let. There are many temples throughout the world dedicated to the various gods.
Rowan picks up at this and shuffles over.
Would Rowan like a list of the members of the Pantheon?
Yes, please. And general locations if you have them.
Okay. Well, I suppose it's good details for the map, isn't
Exactly.
I too would like to know
it?
this.
Okay. I'll just copy stuff over from my notes then as he tells you.
Ooh, fiery mountains. Volcano, volcano. Bones. Bones. Hopefully we go there when my will is high enough.
And he actually sounds really sad when he mentions Oshun.
Oh.
And her temple may not be accessed anymore after the Quoza.
What was she? The
Get rid of the Quoza.
She was all things of every woman. She was grace, wisdom, beauty, kindness of the heart, and her great coral city is no more. You may travel, but I would not risk it in your position.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are better acknowledged that they have died and should be left alone.
Yes. Respect paid to the fallen.
But we still pay tribute to Oshun as a goddess, even if her temple now lies gone.
Exactly. After all, a deity's not confined to their temple.
No.
Aisha doesn't have
But
it.
yeah, you have the names of the major members of the Pantheon now.
Yay!
And of course you have the place where you are right now, which is Enkai, the father.
Yes! And the giver of rain.
And you said Ogun. And you said Ogun as well, who was meant to work.
Ogun. Yeah. You see, you'll note that these are the Orisha.
Well, if there's a perfectly good mythology, I mean, a lot of Pathfinder stuff is based off Western gods, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Orisha.
So, do you have any more questions about our faith?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Does Ezreal have any
but-
ideas, or is he trying to resist shinies?
I don't think there's any Chinese to resist.
Okay.
I mean, the wall the guy is showing you with the pictures of the gods does have jewels set into it. But he is literally showing you this wall.
Mm.
I think it might be a bit hard to steal the jewels.
Fabulous.
I mean,
And I would stop you.
Yeah.
Just so we have a verbal rundown of everything. We have Enkai, the father, who leads gods and looks after this city. We've got Ozane of wild plants, healing and magic, where all things of nature should reside in the heart of the world. His temple resides in the rainforest. Ogun, the smith, who is the god of metalworking. Don't know where his temple is, unless you wanted to tell us.
deep below the world.
Oh, he's
Okay,
underground.
cool. We've got Agayu, Lord of the Fire, whose temple is in the Fiery Mountains. We've got Oxozi of the Hunt, whose temple stands amid the bones of the elephants. And Ocean, the Beauty, whose temple is lost. Goddess of women, grace, wisdom, beauty of the heart. And that's all of them so far. Okay.
You have the gods of Kirinyaga on a crypt sheet.
Yeah.
Are they now on Rowan's to hug list?
Not right now, because it's difficult to...
Because they're deities, so...
But they will be added to a list.
Surprised Aiden hasn't checked if he can... Sorry, not Aiden. I'm surprised Araya hasn't checked if he can fuck one yet.
He's not there, so...
I left.
He
This
left.
is true.
Pure respect.
That's a really good question. Are there any gods of music?
No, none of their deities' music did fall under the purview of Oshun, but it was more as a side thing. They don't have a dedicated music god.
Okay, thanks.
No, wasn't Oshun a woman, and the one in Arai's dream was a male?
Yeah.
There we go.
Probably not the one he's looking to bone.
Alright, is easy going.
He'll take
I
it.
wasn't asking about his conquest, I just wanted to know.
Yeah. No, music was a subcategory of Oshun.
Well, I'm done, if everyone else is.
Okay, should we head over to the bomb squad then?
Yay.
Bomb squad!
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, shut him, man.
Okay, so what's
How
the
pink is his hair?
He was back before the 5-minute threat, so his mood hair is not currently bubblegum pink. So yeah, what's the game plan?
The game plan is let's study the fuck out of this black powder.
Okay, roll that alchemy check. Are you doing it back at the wagon then?
I would assume that would be really the best place, because I
Wait, did
doubt I
Taeli
can
put
find
beans to
anybody
bed in
who's
the
willing
wagon?
to just put me out for doing this shit.
Okay, well, you know the roll. Let's roll that alchemy to work out 25. Not bad. Okay, you have worked out essentially.
Socialist.
Swear to God, if you explode my wagon.
I mean, if I explode the wagon, it's not just the wagon that goes up in flames. You won't really be able to do anything, because I'll be a fucking smear on the ground.
This is true.
But yeah, you've identified that you require sulfur, saltpeter, and some combustibles such as coal or char.
I thought Taeli took beans in onto the ship. The ship? The wagon.
Yeah,
But then took away.
he's sleeping on Taeli's shoulder right now.
No, the dumps.
To be honest, if I had known they were going to stay at the car, I would have left him with them. But I thought everyone was just dispersing, so I took him with me.
Okay,
Take
so
that
you've
bean.
identified the ingredients you need to gather to make gunpowder.
And by proxy have the recipe for it, question mark?
Yes, you have the recipe. And as an alchemist, you know that all of these are pretty elementary to get your hands on if you go to a good stockist.
Nice.
So,
And also, since
what we
we're in...
need is to go to a pharmacy.
Well, the whatever the hell equivalent is, probably.
I need a pharmacist.
God damn it. Since we're also in Prostitute City, I would also love to make some contraceptives, if possible.
Like, what, sorry?
Create contraceptives, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine they would sell very well.
Yeah, no problem. So you're heading back over to the Street of Plenty then?
I mean, I would need to make them first.
Gutskins, get your gutskins here.
Get your rhythm method training here.
I would assume there'll be a craft alchemy.
Yes, craft alchemy to make your contraceptives. Yep, that's one batch.
What is it about this goddamn city that just turns us into like this group of
Business opportunities is what it is. I mean, don't you want to play around with the most lethal substance on Earth?
So you're just cooking up the one batch for now?
Test one.
Depends on what time it is currently, actually.
It's about 11 o'clock.
Morning or evening? Evening. Well, I'll just keep going until, like, midnight, and then call it a night.
Okay, so give me 3 more checks, because I figure it takes
Okay.
about 15 minutes of time to cook up each batch. Well, you've got 4, as it were, units of contraceptives. I'm assuming it's like a chemical draft, in your case, what you're mixing up.
Yeah, going by what I remember of finding something like it once for Pathfinder, it's basically not a magical potion, but it's a chemical thing you drink, which then renders you effectively sterile for 24 hours.
Okay, so it's sort of like morning after tea.
Kind of, in a way.
Morning before.
It's your pre-bonk swig. Well, head over to the Street of Plenty and see how much you can flog.
I would imagine we'd do that the next morning, because it's really fucking late, and I don't
Yep.
think... Well, they may be working girls, but, you know, even then.
Not
It's a
just
bit late.
girls, and not just human girls at that. But
You get the expression I'm getting at.
yes.
There you go.
So yeah, you can do that in the morning. The rest of the party's coming back to the wagon.
Yes.
I'm already there.
Are you setting up your quote-unquote tent? I say tent because to all other sized creatures it would pretty much be a pavilion.
No help.
Where can we put it up though?
You are on the nomads camping ground inside the city walls.
Is there enough space?
There is enough space.
Then I construct my tent.
I will help.
Yay!
In fact, honestly, the tent's big enough that we could probably build it around the wagon.
Yay! We do that.
Well, I'm gonna command a bumbo to be useful for once and help build.
Okay, it doesn't take long with Rowan's size and everyone helping to get the large pavilion tent built over the wagon, and there's enough room for everyone inside just.
I'm also having him set up my own personal tent elsewhere.
Okay, just outside.
He doesn't want to
Yeah,
stay with
probably.
friends.
I don't want to stay with the pack horse and the riffraff.
I want to stay
Leave
in comfort that a halfling noble should have.
Is that why you even get a small carpet inside your tent?
Yeah, that's why I brought my own tent, so I don't stay with the riffraff.
Alright, we can leave you behind then.
Well, nothing eventful is going to happen overnight unless anyone's got any late night excursions planned.
I just want dreams.
Sleep.
I'll just, I don't sleep in a tent. I'm in a hammock in the trees.
Okay. Beans is curled up on your stomach in the middle of the house, purring cutely.
Keeping me warm.
Yes.
Hey, cozy boy.
Dapper Daniel.
There
He's such a distinguished gent.
dream sequences. Aidan, you get a repeat of the same dream of wealth and power from last time.
Sounds right.
Taeli, you gain another vision. This you seem to be seeing through the eyes of some kind of bird.
Like,
It swoops through the air and dives down amid the tree line of a great forest. It's full of trees and creatures and plants you've never seen before, and in its heart is a stone structure. Deep within it, you see again the statue that you saw before. The god of nature bearing his items aloft. However, you sense something's wrong. Around the feet of the statue, crawling up it and out along the walls of the temple, is the same blackness, the same rot that you found in the swamp when you slew the Coinda. It seems to be trying to consume this place. Soon it spreads out from the temple and all across the forest, reducing it all to dead, rotten wood.
You think this might have been what the tree was afraid of? Our character.
And then it all begins to burn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really the only response you can have to that.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I woke up in a sweat. That sounds horrible.
Rowan, you've got more dreams of home, but there's something different.
mm-hmm.
You're still in the caravan under the desert sun, but as you look around, the caravan doesn't just have your actual family in it. Koba's there, and
No.
Moazy, and Ethril, and Taeli and Beans, and Levi, and Araya.
No,
No,
Aiden.
Aiden.
Fuck him. Aiden ain't there.
But it is at this point that fire begins to fall from the sky. Meteorites crash into the desert and into the convoy.
No.
Burning fragments of wagons fly through the air, and even as you try to hold on to your friends, a familiar feeling as the mists open up beneath you and pull you away from your family and everyone you knew before you could even save them. And you found yourself here, in a world where you seem so alone. But this time as you fall, you are not alone as you were in the real world, because all of your friends, all those that you travel with now, are falling with you. But even as you reach out to them, one by one they tumble away, each getting lost within the mists until, once again, things are as they were then, and you are falling alone. And you wake up, memories and reality colliding in the night.
Lay Ethel down because I'm assuming that she's sleeping on me.
Yes.
I wander out to as far as I can go without leaving the city, and I just kind of huddle in a space no one will find me. Just a
Then you'll
hidden,
be alone.
a hidden corner.
Araya!
I'm not in. Hey demons, it's me, your boy.
You find yourself walking back up the steps of the Temple of Enkai.
Good clarification.
Does he have?
In your dreams, you are walking back up. And it's exactly the same as this afternoon. Only this time the priest agrees to heal your arm. And sure enough, you see fresh flesh sprout,
Oh, it's okay.
and your
What was
arm
he
has
doing?
returned. But even as you look at it, the skin sours.
Ugh.
The bone becomes visible as skin and muscle and veins slough off it and splatter across the floor. And what has fallen off of your arm flows across the floor and begins polluting the priests and the temple until you are stood alone in the middle of the devastation as a face forms amid the putrid moss and thanks you for being its carrier. And then it laughs and consumes you whole.
Yeah, we're gonna need to fix that
Then
quick.
you wake up.
I wake up slightly laughing because someone else was laughing, and then I just roll over and go back to sleep.
Levi, you've got a vision too.
Okay.
For some reason, you are running away from a very, very large duck.
That's not what we call a vision. We call that a nightmare.
All that you know is that you are running through the farms that you remember growing up on. And you remember when you were a kid, there was this one time one of the ducks got angry and chased you around the farmhouse. Except in this version of the dream, you're a full-grown adult, but you're still trying to wear the children's-sized clothes so you look ridiculous, and the duck is about 2 stories tall. There's not much you can say about this, but yeah, it's one of those dreams.
Goddamn devil bird number 2.
Well, not all of the dreams have to be portentous.
No.
Ethril has a surprisingly dreamless night, although in the middle of the night does have the feeling of being lifted. And with that, we roll around to morning.
Who's up first?
So how did everyone sleep?
Where's
Not
Rowan?
well.
Sorry, what?
Where's Rowan?
Welcome to the house of
Yep.
fun.
Welcome of age.
Welcome to
The lion's den. Temptation's on its way.
So, good
Appropriate.
morning, welcome to Kaharapu. What's the plan?
Where's Rowan?
Also, what's for breakfast?
Also, where's
Um,
Rowan?
Ducks.
Who was with me when I learned about the gods? Was it just the 2 girls?
Yeah.
Right, we've gone, hadn't they?
Yeah.
So I immediately explained to both of them the dream that I had. And
Only one of them's there.
Yeah, Rowan's not there in the morning.
oh,
That's what I said
How did
3 times. Where's Rowan?
oh, right.
No one cares.
Okay, in that case, I'd probably hold on to it because that's more important.
Yeah.
Beans.
I just completely missed them
When
at
the
the
sun
beginning.
comes
So
up, are you making your way back to the others, or...?
I don't know.
We just sit there for a bit. We'll just sort of spin around in circles.
Probably just continue sulking.
Okay, so Rowan's nowhere to be seen when you all wake up.
Rowan! Giant! You put a fucking bell on you.
Giant lady says, what?
Quick, Aiden's being rude.
He's got his own tent, so I don't give a fuck.
Is that someone I see unhugged?
Well, Oria's trying.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out there and go look.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm about to fight a person by being a dick.
Not Jim's dream.
I
Aiden's
wish.
dream, sorry.
No, Aiden was still dreaming of the luxury and grandeur he will get from all the money from this expedition.
Yeah, no, that fame I should already have.
Sorry, did you say something second string?
No, I just think these rations are a little bit too salty.
So,
Much like-
Rowan's not very hard to track, what with his
Yes,
huge
yes,
footprints and not really making an effort not to be tracked. So, Ethril, you find Rowan pretty quick.
Okay.
Rowan's in one of the far corners of the nomadic camping ground under a tree next to the wall. She's kind of sitting there, hugging her knees with all 4 hands.
I'm gonna climb up and sort of slump over one shoulder, going, ah!
Good morning.
Hello. I've got cookies.
Cookies.
And then we just go back. I've got cookies. Cookies! Let's go! Will that work?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
I don't think Rowan knows what cookies are.
I didn't pack any cookies. I just got bread rolls and trail mix. I want cookies.
Yeah, all I have is trail mix, like 5 different varieties.
Why didn't we just have trail mix?
Because you're on the trail!
And it's cheap. Ah! And we just sit there and scream for a bit.
Okay, so
Eventually
Rowan,
come
does
back.
a little bit of Ethril's company bring you back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Taeli, it's not long before you see your companions returning to the camp.
Just-
Ethril's back in her usual place on Rowan's shoulder.
And we're just screaming about trail mix.
Yes.
I walk out to meet them and I say I had disturbing dreams.
We all did. Well, okay, maybe I didn't, but maybe even not having any dreams is kind of disturbing. It's like, where are all the stuff?
What was your dream about, Taeli?
I dreamed of the temple in the rainforest that we learned about yesterday.
Yes.
The temple of Ozane. And there was a statue in the temple of Ozane. He was holding all these items. And there was rot crawling up and out of the statue and into the rainforest. And it killed everything. And then everything burned.
That ain't good.
That sounds like something we should try and do something about. I wonder if it's connected to the Kuoza, since it's black and seeping.
It looked like there was yeah.
We should tie something around his arm so we can stop the circulation going to it. Not like the whole arm, but just sort of between his arm and the gunk.
Well, luckily I don't think it seems to be spreading, so
There's no
should be
harm,
okay.
But there wouldn't be
No,
any
as
harm
near
in
as you
doing
can
it.
tell, the veins on the stump of Oria's arm are just kind of black. Like, the veins look black, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything going on.
I just waltz out and say, "Hey guys, I think I'm going to be the end of civilization. Just a heads up."
You stay away from that tree.
I'll just sit in the wagon. Can somebody get me some fucking Pepto-Bismol or something for my arm?
I feel like I want to go to the rainforest and try and figure out what's going on, but also I think we should try and find Agent Swan. See what happens with that. Obviously we're right here, so we might as well have a look for her. Or him. Or whoever it is.
It's a giant duck, isn't it? Okay. What's the plan, guys?
So, who else is in agreement with Taeli's plan to go and find Agent Swan?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I will do the thing.
Well, Levy wakes up about now, shouting something incoherent about ducks.
Well, more like I will fucking find and eat the nearest duck.
Just behind you.
I have the look of a man not to be fucked with.
Wu-Tang.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, you can already smell food cooking in the market stalls nearby. Yeah, how do you want to go about looking for Agent Swan?
I'm getting a hot dog for me and Beans.
Heck yeah.
Can I just sort of like make a vague honking noise and hope that
Hang on.
that knowledge works?
Oh.
Break someone's arm. Blow up a house.
What the hell is that?
It's a duck.
Send me the biceps.
Okay, calm down, because you're starting to laugh yourself into pain there, G.
Oh dear.
So,
It's a duck with arms.
so your plan to locate
That's
Agent
sick.
Swan is to walk around the streets honking?
I go up to every single person and say some sort of CIA-esque code word in hope of a response.
Pretty much.
You weren't given a code word, but you were given a way to find them.
Bluebird. Okay, no, alright. Nothing, sir. Please, carry on.
You've already forgotten the thing.
Right. Question. You know our little compasses thingies?
Yeah.
Are they still pointing back towards Fortune's Landing, or are they pointing somewhere else now we're closer?
No, the Wayfinder is pointing into the city.
Well, follow the compass.
Okay, who's following Aiden in the compass? Everyone?
Everyone.
Yeah, but
Everyone with half a brain and a bit of memory.
I am first getting a hot dog for me and Beans.
Yeah, so hot dogs are easy enough to acquire.
I like how I've been renamed Big Woman Content. Who did that?
I've also been renamed.
So sure.
Go on, I have to get back on my back.
So, yeah,
Taeli?
it's not hard for the compass.